Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NASCAR version. My name is Tiffany, joined with my co host Pierre.
You're quasi evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough.
You're quasi-evil. You're semi-evil. You're the margarine of evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough.
No idea.
That's literally Austin Powers.
Not even an ounce. Oh, yeah. Which one?
That was A Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, no. I don't even know if that was the second or the third. Have no idea.
It was the
I just
second.
know the first one was International Man of Mystery.
Mm.
They're supposed to be making a new one. Who knows what
Really?
that's going to be like? Once they start adding in like all these random ass celebrities in roles for no reason, like why was Britney Spears just randomly dancing in one of them? That's when
Why
they just
was
get dumb for me.
there a Zoolander too? Why was there a
That
Deuce
as
Gigolo
well.
No Gigolo too?
But we're here for a movie with no celebrities in it, except for Michael T. Wilson. That is the Final Destination, aka Final Destination 4, aka Final Destination 3D. The 3D was so unnecessary in this movie. It was 100%
AKA
unnecessary. It didn't do anything for me.
AKA the worst movie in the franchise. I didn't realize how much I did
Synopsis.
not like it.
Yes, it is. I didn't care about anybody. Nobody. Synopsis. A horrifying premonition saves a young man and his friends from death during a racetrack accident, but terrible fates await them nonetheless.
Sure.
Right to the point. And I feel like we should get right to the point on this review. I don't want no lollygagging because these people don't deserve our talks. They don't deserve us. Because I could see why Janet and Lori and Nick were cool. I could see that, but Hunt belonged nowhere near this friend group at all. Especially when he went up to the country club and started playing golf. I'm like, huh?
Was he playing golf or what? Okay. But
He did. I thought he played golf. Oh no, he didn't. I thought he was going to, but whatever. We start out at what? Did you realize that this was McKinley Speedway?
really, no, I did not. It was just
Yes, they said it. So on the news, when the closed caption showed up at the bottom of the news, it said wreck in McKinley Speedway. I said all these movies are tied together, and then I sat there thinking, I'm like, but what about part two? And then it was like, yes, because the school bus drives by. All of these are in this town. So on this next movie coming out, I better not hear no. Oh, I had to do some thorough research, but you should know this is the talk of the town. This is
well,
the way.
no,
This is the McKinley way.
it wouldn't be because remember this is the 5 is the prequel to 1.
I'm talking about on the one that comes out next, 6.
Oh, okay.
Like
So can we just say that I feel like the writers and director there was just a lot of racism in this movie for absolutely no reason.
right to
There
the
was
doctor later in the film.
okay, thank you. Because I'm like, where are we going with this? Who wrote this? Who was like, oh yeah, these are just gonna be some funny jokes? Like, no, this wasn't
I mean,
even like.
the only thing to upset those people that were in Nam is like, who won the war? Oh yeah, Vietnam did.
Hmm.
Now what else you got to say? Because they was jumping out of trees and shit, doing they thug dizzle,
Okay.
Majugadalian.
All right. We have the 4 friends. They're at a race car track. The first person we do meet is racist. I don't even know that song. What is that? I
The
couldn't. I didn't get.
Dixie, whistling Dixie,
Oh, okay, because I didn't get the reference. I'm like, okay, you whistling, bitch,
like the
move your leg.
flag, the Dixie flag. You know, the former state flag of Mississippi, where we come
Those is
from.
Dixie cups. The no, we have these.
Those is Dixie cups.
And basically, negligence causes the crash. They leave a screwdriver in the car. I realize that they have to like fuel them up really quickly, but are there any safety checks, or is that the point? Like, you want to see them crash? I don't know.
I don't think yes, they have to do safety checks, but I don't really think that was the cause of the wreck because screws were coming undone. It was a unknown figure with a screwdriver, an invisible screwdriver in its hand, unscrewing screws. Did you like?
Death was
This
very.
is the movie where they were. This Death was playing with him on this one. Death
They
was
were
playing.
camp. Death was camp. And this. And the crash happens. I don't like this. This is my least favorite accident. Everything was CG and it was bad. So this was like,
It's because it's 3D. It's because it's 3D. They had to use whatever technology they have to use for 3D for it. Like people, so the cars come in, they start killing everybody. Nick, of course, sees something going on while he's there. He sees this woman put tampons in her kids' ears to take away from the loud noise, which would not work for anything. Some guy comes and tries to sit down in front of him with a big old cowboy hat. He asks him to just, excuse me, sir, can you get out of the way? Hunt is drinking binocular booze, and some girl is like, hey, can I see your binocular? And then she just drinks from it. Like, what are we doing? Why are we drinking from after people we don't know? This is weird to me. These are things that I wouldn't do.
You wouldn't have.
I don't even drink after my own mama. I don't drink after anybody I'm not kissing. Period.
You wouldn't have been there. So
I mean, I probably maybe. But I don't think I would have ever been that close. Like they were at the track. Those were some good seats. If you if you're into that type of thing, they had some good seats. But you're right. The cars start flying into it. The CG is terrible. One guy gets like impaled through the mouth, and you see the stick come up like whoa, and it's like, come on, y'all. We don't need this. We don't need this. But this one's quick though. Nick is like, he comes out of the premonition, and the things start happening again as they did in the previous movies. He's like, we gotta get the hell up out of here. Then he gets in a fight with somebody. They get outside. Security, who is George. Yes, George is security. George takes them out. And
the racist guy tells his wife to stay in there, which, of course, she listens because those women are usually, I mean, I don't know. Because, I've seen this happen in real life where they're like, do this and they're just like, okay, all right, Clem. And they all get out there and like the crash.
So you actually know people like that?
I know people like that, yes. Because if he's racist, he's most likely misogynistic. So yeah, he gonna tell his wife what to do and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. But
not my friend group.
I didn't say we were friends. I'm just saying I've seen it out in public. But the crash happens immediately. Everybody's trying to get out. Guys trying to get in, and the security guard won't let him in. But I mean, your wife's already dead. I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't understand what he thought he was going to be able to do. Like,
I don't think. Right. What was he going to do? Were you going to turn into Superman?
You can't push through the crowd coming one way to go in. Like, it wouldn't have happened. And
you're going to get trampled. Exactly. Mufasa.
The original couple who died like first. It's funny because the girlfriend dies the exact same way. She's just like, she's standing there and she's like, "Are you guys out of your fucking minds?" And then a wheel comes and like splits her in half. That was like the only good one in the movie.
Have you all lost your fucking
mind?
What? I will say, 2 of these deaths, I felt them because I have always had fears of those 2 things happening. And when we get to them, I'll let you know which one they are.
Okay, because I'm interested.
But yeah, her name was Nadia, but I mean, what does it matter? Because she's out of here.
Do you like did you like the opening theme? I thought they tried to give us something. Like they showed all the previous deaths and like it was like
that was 100%. That was the best part. That and then the ending credits, the opening credits, the ending credits when they use the skeletons. I loved that. That was good. I was like, I'd watch a whole movie like this. Like, why not?
It reminded me like the Mortal Kombat fatalities. But yeah, that was neat.
Exactly. Get over here. Exactly like that. But she's dead. So now they're all like, I guess we got to get up out of here. And they're at home. We see McKinley Speedway at the bottom. It tells you how many people died. Later that night, Nick and Lori, who are our main couple, they go over to the memoriam, which is the place where they put the flowers and everything outside of the race. They get thanks from Samantha, who was the mother that put the tampons in her kids' ears. Her and her husband are there. She's like, "Thank you so much for saving our lives, even though you weren't trying to save our lives. We just happened to just leave at the same time, and we got paid to be in this movie. But thank you so much for being there." I mean, that's pretty much what happens. And then we go over we see this tow truck coming drunkly. I think he was drunk, right? He had to have been.
Yes, he's been drunk.
Okay, because he was crashing into cars all on the side of the road, parked cars.
He wasn't as drunk as later, but he was, inebriated. He
and his
come
name
out.
is Carter. They hate that name. Carter, you dick. They hate that name.
Carter comes out, and basically the security guard George and the kids are talking. I'm gonna assume they're kids. They have a whole house. I'm not getting in white folks' business. But he immediately like he's just like they're talking, and then he comes up and he's just like, "You killed my wife." It took me out of the movie. Like, you killed my wife. Well, time's up for you, nigger.
But I will say, when he was trying to run in there, I don't know why George held him, because I would have. Do what you got to do, baby. I would have never tried to hold him back from going in there. You grown. And now if it was a kid, yes, I probably would try to hold the kid back. But you grown. You probably older than me. Nice knowing you're not really whistling Dixie.
He's like, your time's gonna be up soon. Like, it was just very jarring, and nobody cared that he was just, I don't know. They kept saying redneck, and I'm like, he's a racist, but okay.
Well, we know he's an asshole. So later that night, he's driving along in his tow truck mobile, crashing into cars all on the side of the road, and he gets over to George's house. I've never wanted to or actually looked up the significance of lighting a cross on fire. I have no idea what it means, but I feel like it doesn't make sense since a lot of those people are devout Christians. Maybe I should look it up. No, I don't care.
Yeah, well, the KKK is a Christian organization, but he was making a lot of noise, and his truck was going off. It was just a lot going on. Negligence. Then his truck starts backing up, and he tries to go and stop it, and the chain gets in. It was a lot going on. It was very weird. And he just like basically
Augusta Wynn, he said, Death said, I need music for this death. Turns on the radio to Why Can't We Be Friends? Why can't we all just get along?
Like,
shout out to Rodney King.
And he just drove down the street. He gets lit on fire because there was gas, and because he was gonna, like, of course, like you said, like the cross. So he had the gas, and he was just like, it was like a flaming.
Well, so the tow truck chain unravels onto the road. Carter trips on it, gets caught. It drags him down the street, and sparks ignite the chain, which trigger an explosion and kills him.
Right in front of George's.
And George was just sitting there just reading his book, doing his daily affirmations, getting ready for bed.
Now, God, I'm sorry, I really don't like this movie. I don't even like Nick's premonitions because they look so CG and just so, and they don't really make sense.
Because of the 3D. That's why he can't stop anybody from dying, because they don't make sense.
Like, it was just, he just saw a door, and then they see it on the news.
I just love how everything that happens is on the news like that. Like,
girl, like when I tell you that town has the best journalist.
But I think what the problem is, we don't watch news like we used to. So, like, we don't watch the news at 9 or 8 or whatever in the morning like we used to. If we watch anything, it's like Good Morning America, where it's talking to the whole world. We get our news from our phone, So it does make sense, because if something happened in our town, my town where I was growing up, it was on the news the next day. But it's so interesting to see it now, because we're just in a whole different type of world. It's all digital. Yeah. But yeah, making that point, like saying it out loud, I'm like, yeah, Tiffany, you do remember that actually happening. Hell, you used to watch the Weather Channel. Come on. That's why I used to go to sleep watching Weather Channel. I love the Weather Channel. Oh, but Nick remembers seeing a red door. Right, in his premonition, and he sees on the TV that the redneck or Carter has died right in front of a red door. So he's like, wait a minute, something is going on. We skip over to Samantha over at the salon. This part was, she goes up to the salon owner, the hairstylist, and she's like, hey, I really need your help. It's girls' night tonight, and I haven't been out in so long. And she takes down her hair, and she's like, do you see it? And I'm looking like,
I didn't see a damn thing. But
it just looked like hair.
Well, to be fair, that's happened to me before. Do you remember Prom Night, the new one? And there was like a scene where all the girls were getting their hair done, and then Brittany Snow gets her hair
Her
flat
hair was
ironed. And
terrible in that movie. Her hair was terrible in that movie.
She got it professionally flat ironed, and I was like,
Have a look.
Oh, looks good. I like it.
like, what did the stylist do?
Unless not trying to be funny, but like usually if a Caucasian woman goes and gets her hair done, I'm probably not gonna know the difference unless it's like a color, they get a different color or they get a cut. But if you're just going in and getting a wash and a blow dry, I'm not gonna notice the difference.
I mean,
like
it wasn't.
I guess
cut.
What we're saying is it wasn't anything dramatic for us to think that, oh yeah, girl, you really needed your hair done. Like she didn't go in and get, she didn't go in from a tight afro to get it a 30-inch bust down middle part. She didn't do that. It wasn't anything drastic. Like she could have put her hair in a ponytail for all I would have known and went out with her girls and had a good ass time. But it don't matter because she's in the salon and Death just started messing with something. Death had it out for that hair salon owner, just fucking up her shop.
Yeah. Also, she got some badass kids. That's the kids. The minute they get there, they throwing rocks at a damn sign. Like, it's just like, I feel like, we weren't like in, like we were in there. Like there are video games. There are
mine
kids
were
just being rambunctious
I'll
for no
race
reason.
you. Mine were I'll race you. That's what we did.
Maybe
I bet I could beat you to the thing.
Or they fight each other, but you just throwing rocks at a sign. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
I was not throwing rocks at a sign. I was trying to skip it in the water. Like, oh, I bet you I could skip this rock in the water. Everything that I did was never to hurt or destroy any type of property.
Yeah,
those were the type of fun. That's the type of fun we had. She got some hoodlums over there.
Yeah, they're like the twins
Ghetto,
from Desperate Housewives.
Ghetto.
So yeah, when I tell you, and then let's not even start like with the fact that she came 10 minutes before 6 when they closed, which I was like, which salon closes at 6? Maybe it was Sunday. We don't up, but I was just like,
no, I've seen a lot of those
early
salons close like that.
Okay, that's early, but she getting a lot done though. She is getting more done in the hair. They cleaning her toes and she's getting the works done, honestly. But she does get some highlights and a quick little split in cut that only took an hour apparently because she said the boys had to come back in an hour from playing video games.
I'm surprised they came back within an hour. They listened.
Hello?
Shit.
But
more than likely with those kids, the way they showed us how those kids are acting, she would have had to go get them.
Right. But see, Death be doing stuff that has no effect. Like all that stuff that happened, the ceiling fan crashing.
That's why I said Death has it out for that lady, just messing up her damn shop.
Well, Cheyenne,
spilling all her product, knocking the fan down on the ground. The kids come in, try to get their mama, they slip and bust their ass, and I would have been like, lawsuit, baby, you can't get up. Your leg is broken. Yes, that was like the Yahoo from back in the day. We can't get up, but she does get up. You want to do the honors?
This part made me a little sad, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm not playing with you.
She writes a check. I hope she was paying for the damages. I hope she paid for the
ass can't cash.
Well, her sons didn't really do anything but spill a drink, so I'm not gonna give them like the ceiling fan thing. But hopefully, she did write an extra little tip on there because you did inconvenience everybody.
She did.
But so she's like, "All right, boys." She opens the door. The guy is outside mowing the lawn where the kids were throwing the rocks, and she's like, "Come on, I've got my eye on you because this is the best acting I've ever done." And he runs over a rock with the lawnmower, and it ricochets inside of it and goes speed right through her eye, and she falls on the floor, and everybody's just screaming. And the guy's just still mowing the lawn because, baby, work got to get done. I work for the city, not you.
I've got my eye on you too.
Headphones on. And he ain't getting paid because I looked up the city pay. They don't pay shit.
Seriously? Damn, they be out there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what I look like looking up lawn care? I can't do that. I be tearing the foliage.
I don't know. I thought you were just curious, but I saw a guy doing it on the highway.
Oh, I'd be too scared. But Nick, so they learned about this lady. Now she done died. Nick is like, okay, something's going on. I'm convinced we're being targeted by Death. He convinces Lori. Lori actually listens to her boyfriend instead of like Janet. So she actually listens to her boyfriend, and they go over to the speedway to try to figure out to the order of the deaths that everybody was happening. he can't figure it out. It's just too much. It's, he's feeling really sad. He's seeing like pieces of people left, not pieces of people, things people have left in there. He sees the binoculars that has booze in it. He probably needed a sip at that point. But George popped his ass up in the corner. What y'all doing up in here? Scaring the shit out of everybody.
What the hell are you doing over here?
This is my favorite part. He explains it to George while they're walking. George says, "Young man, that sounds crazy."
You better have a damn good reason for trespassing.
I just need to remember the order.
Young man, that sounds crazy.
Was he the only one taking it seriously? Like bastard. Do you know how long
that sounds crazy.
Do you know how long it takes to regurgitate all this shit? Well, flight 180 and that's all you got for me.
Man, that sounds crazy. But here's something that could probably help you. He shows them the surveillance footage from the game from the race, and Nick deduces that the other person that survived was the car mechanic, Andy.
The car fixer.
So they head over to the at least I pulled that one out. And they head over to the auto shop, which is like the scariest place to be at for Death to come in. It's wrenches in there, it's oil, it's gas, in which Death starts knocking that shit over. What is going
like,
on?
It's like, you know what? It's like Death
calls on the powers of storm.
You know how like you get some little kids and they just like some shit just fall around them?
They touching everything.
Baby, that's what it was. This was young Death. Cause he just like knocking all this shit off. Like,
not YD. That's my new rap name. Well, no, I'm too old. That's probably somebody rap name coming out. But yes, it was acting like an adolescent. It was acting like a baby, just knocking over motor oil and shit. They try to talk to Andy, and Andy's like, okay, well, come outside. Well, his boss says, they can't be here. Y'all get the hell up out of here. They go outside to talk to Andy, and they're talking behind a fence. George, Lori, and Nick are on this side. Andy is on this side where the work is, and he's talking to them. And they explain everything to him, and Andy's like, well, you got to skip Death? Okay, that sounds cool. But they were like, well, we think you might be next. And he's like, that don't sound cool. All of a sudden, this car on it's another tow string wheel.
A wiggle wire.
Another tow cord. So the Scooby-Doo van comes barreling towards Andy, and it gets literally, this is Andy's face. It's like right here in front of his face. It almost hits him, and Andy's like, whoo. Well, I guess I skipped Death. And he's still standing behind it. I'm like, Andy, get the hell out of the way.
Because his point is, I worked around dangerous equipment all day. If I was meant to die, I would die, which is a stupid thing.
Like, you'll probably lose a limb. Correct. Like, I don't think like that, because every time you get in your car, you are at risk, because that's like I think that's the death rate is the highest with car accidents
That's why
anything.
Yeah, that's why people say you're most likely than with a plane. That's why they
right. So it's like every time you step foot, when you wake up, you could die. Sometimes you might not even wake up and you die.
Baby, because I do look up at that ceiling fan like, what if you fall on me while I'm sleeping?
Wow, look at mine rolling. Look at it rolling in the corner.
Fast. So she got on the highest, y'all.
I have it on two. But it don't matter. Andy's like, all right, well, I skipped Death. We done. Let's head out. He starts going back into the auto shop. A big ass carbon monoxide helium tank pops. Oh, Death in there fucking things up again. Pops that open, and it hits Andy right in his stomach, pushing him all the way into the fence. And the CGI was so bad of his meat chunks coming out of his body that it made me uncomfortable. It was so...
Really?
It looked like some steak. Like, it just looked gross.
It
like,
made me want a personal pan pizza. From pizza.
Did you turn in your book fair? Did you get it from the book fair?
Oh shit, man!
Those were the days. Those were so greasy and
when
fatty.
Pizza Hut had a buffet, they don't remember. The kids don't remember.
I went to a Pizza Hut buffet when I lived in Virginia. Oh, I used to get down at the buffets. I don't step foot in any of them right now. But Andy is now dead. And they're just like,
Miss Jackson.
All right.
Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson?
Janet and Hunt are next. What are we gonna do? Nick has a premonition about water. That's all he gets. He gets this. He get that much.
Yeah, water and a coin. That's it.
Water. So what's her name? Who was Water?
Don't get me lying. Don't get me lying. I have no
Wheeler,
idea.
Kwame, Mighty.
Maybe, yeah. Wait, no. He was Love. He was Heart.
Yeah. Oh God. What was Wind?
Rachel. I don't know. Jessica. She was a blonde, but she was Russian.
Damn, I don't remember her name. But anyway, yeah, he called over Water.
Yeah,
That's
Hunt
how my
is an
girl said it.
asshole.
He's
It's weird because they try to tell the friends, but they're just like, it's her name's Jessica, right? I'm not tripping. No, Janet. I'm sorry. Janet's like, I just gotta think, like, frazzled. And then
You know what this does to me, girl?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And then I don't know, like, we never get an explanation. And then Hunt's just like, yeah, bro, whatever, bro. Why are they friends with him? So
I'm gonna do the best thing I do, and that's get laid.
Yeah, he does go
And
to
you know
the.
what? He does get laid.
Yeah, he does go to the golf club, but he is getting laid in the golf club. They have to literally drive that he's an asshole and we shouldn't care about him. He like finishes 4 minutes before the girl. She don't feel.
How does that make sense? Right, because it would have been like
gummy
mush. I'm gonna assume.
What did you ever play? He asked her if he ever played Donkey something. I was like, it wasn't Donkey Kong, but it was like
Donkey Punch.
Thank you. I was like, what the?
You know what that is?
No.
Let me see if I can remember. I think it's when it's doggy style, and then right when the woman is about to climax, you punch her in the back of the head. Something like that.
Are you serious? I thought he was talking about the game on his phone.
No. Oh, maybe.
Because he pulled his phone and he pulled his phone and he started playing. I thought he was talking about okay. But so
I'm gonna make sure.
Well, should I go on?
Yes, Donkey Punch is a sexual practice of inflicting blunt force trauma to the back of the head or lower back of the receiving partner during anal or vaginal sex as an attempt by the penetrator. I don't know how is that fun for me?
It seemed.
It probably makes you clench up. I bet that's probably what it does.
I pray for women.
It makes sense, but
I pray for
men too. They could do that on a man.
You ain't fucking punching me. But
I mean, if it's from behind and you can't see what they're doing.
That I always have a knife. I always have a knife right.
I'm glad I brought my knife.
Got my razor.
Okay. I was about to say you better know that.
I could. The laugh had to come out.
That's it. I'm glad I brought my knife.
And I got my razor.
But the laugh does not come out because Hunt is just being an asshole. Like he picking on the kid which, to be fair, the kid did spray him with water and got his phone wet. You would have to pay for. Your parents would have to pay for it immediately. But he's just sitting at the pool. But this is also simultaneously happening with Janet because Janet comes out of the store because she just, I don't know what the hell did she buy some kibbles and bits and she
went to the dry cleaner.
Oh, she just had a bunch of bags. I was like, is that dog food?
What?
Okay. She's nice though. She gives the homeless man some change, but he didn't want no penny. Baby, them pennies add up. And a bird, because he throws the penny, pigeons fly. I hate pigeons. And it shits on her car. I said that because y'all know you like them. And she has to go get her car washed.
I like what?
Pigeons.
I like no birds.
I could have sworn you were like pigeons. We watched one movie and you're like, pigeons are smart. Don't do that to pigeons. Oh, remember? Because McKinley was shooting them with the nail gun.
I'm just saying there's no reason for it. That's what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm not trying to be Mike Tyson out here.
I want to. Oh, he's not dead. What am I thinking? The other guy died. OJ.
No, but he breeds. He has pigeons as pets.
I know, but I was thinking of OJ. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's time for the car wash. So Janet goes to the car wash. Her car already acting up. I would have not gone to the car wash. Like if your overhead is not working, why would you go to? Maybe she thought it was working. I don't know.
Sing it with me, car wash. Why didn't she just go? I was giving you background music. You don't know how to play. You don't know how to play the game.
No, because I wanted to hear it. I want to hear that song.
I don't understand she didn't just go to the gas station? And you know how they have the little squeegees for the window wash?
Get
Why
out of
didn't
my
she do
head.
that?
Get out of my head. You're a freaking telepath, and I'm sick of it. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, when something happens to my windshield, I'll just go get that squeegee. You know, you turn it to the other side, you go clean you right up. You ain't got to pay no $10 for no car wash, which hers was only a couple of quarters. I don't know what car wash she went to. But she rolls on through there. Overhead come up. And she can't, and it locks. She can't get it. Like, nothing in the car starts working. This is why automation, it will kill us all. I'm not going to hurt her too bad because there was nothing she could have done. Like, when the water started going in her car, I was like, I would have just sat back and just drowned.
The windows, when she tried the windows, they wouldn't let down. Did she try the trunk?
I don't think did she take her seatbelt off? Well, yeah, because she.
So, but I could give her something until the part where she tries to climb out of the sunroof.
You don't think that was. Tatum, you don't think that was.
No, because she just sticks her head first. If anything, she should have stuck her arms first to pull herself up. She just stuck her head out. Like, no, it should have happened. But it doesn't kill her because George and Lori drive over and they see her car in the car wash. They see her head poking out through the soap, and they push the car through with their car, ending up with them getting all soaking wet. So Janet does not die. This is not good for Hunt, though, because somebody over at the golf course hits a golf ball and it busts Hunt dead in his hand, and he drops his coin, which rolls over into the pool. This fool jumps in to get the coin. We see that the coin has gone down the hole. The coin is gone down there where it be.
Hiya, Georgie.
And Hunt tries to get it, and
the pool drain.
This is the one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
Oh.
Sucks him in, and starts to disembowel him.
Oof.
And I didn't like him, but he was giving us some good acting with that struggling. Like, I believed this was really happening to him. Mm-hmm. I give him a hats off to him for this performance. The rest, I mean, he played a douche very well, but hats off to him for this but this was a childhood scary. Ever since I learned how to swim, this has been scary to me because I don't know why I feel like it could happen, but it's just like it could happen. And then when this movie came out, I was like, oh no, it just shows you that somebody else has thought about it too. But I feel like somebody has had to have died this way. Had to have.
Or at least a pet. I could, a little
something.
puppy.
They probably done sucked. Yeah, they sucked probably a bunch of frogs and shit all up in there. Hate frogs. Okay. But I mean, all those like little animals around the yard and everything, sucked them in. But Nick does not make it in time, and we see Hunt's booty chunks fly up into the air and splat on the ground. I wanted to see the crowd's reaction.
Right. I feel like, to be honest, all the deaths in this, I feel like there's not, besides the mom, I feel like there was no real reaction because, like, Nick sees his friend dead and he's just like, oh, wow, this is something.
I wanted to see that reaction so bad. I wanted to see it. But
I didn't like this. I like the death was cool, but even the blood looked fake. I don't know. Everything looked just.
It was all. See, you didn't see this in the movies, did you?
No.
So I saw it in the movie with 3D glasses. So every part that looks ridiculous is supposed to be 3D.
Okay.
That's why it looks funky donkey. Remember 3D TVs? What a mess. 4 days later, well, everybody thinks that they have survived everything. They're like, okay, we did it. Celebrate good times. Come on. But no, Nick sees a news report seeing that another survivor.
So we got to get to the worst part of the movie. Because they do think that it's all fun and games because they saved Janet. So they think it's skipped and it's over. But then it's like weird. It's like Lori and George have this very like serious conversation. He talks about how he was a drunk and his wife and kids died and like how he's ready to go meet them. So he doesn't care about death. He's not worried about death. So they go to his home and to check on him because they're like, oh, well, everything should be good. And he's trying to kill himself. He's like, I've been trying to kill myself all day. What the hell did he do first? Oh, he took a bunch of pills. He threw them up. Then he went to go try to do the carbon monoxide thing with the car, like the lady from Thanks for the Ride lady. And he was like, the car stalled. And then he tried to hang himself, and that's when they came in and he fell. They left this, they were sitting there like he's going through this, and they just left this noose around this black man's neck. It was just so jarring to me. It very much reminded me of Jussie Smollett. Just sitting there with a noose around your neck. It took me out of the movie.
Yeah, so that happened because whatever. You're giving too much emotional balance to this movie, and
because it was just, I just thought that was a terrible choice.
Inappropriate, very inappropriate.
He would have taken that off. Like,
and he should have known the best way to do it is go to the top of a building and jump the fuck off. What's death gonna do? Turn the fat on your arms into a fucking wings? What's gonna happen? You just gonna go splat. What's he gonna do? How was he gonna survive that?
It is a good.
He wasn't. So while they're over there, they see another news report, because this news, man, they be on it. This is action news at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and back at 10 again, bitch. It's 24 hours in McKinley. They see Jonathan has survived the wreck. And Jonathan had died in the premonition where Nick asked him to move because of his cowboy hat. But Nick didn't intervene that second time when they all ran out of there. So they're like, all right, well, we about to go figure out what the hell is going on. We get to the hospital to go see Jonathan, and we see another racist about to get into a bath in an above ground swimming pool. Why was this tub so big?
I don't know. Was it because of the swing set thing he was in?
It was bigger than a jacuzzi. And the water was, you're right. And the water was already at the top. When we were kids, I know we've all done this, filled the tub all the way to the top and then tried to get in, and all the water just was literally like, oh, the water was all the way to the top, and we still had a 135, 45-pound man to put in the water. But the nurse is like, oh, that's my cue. I'm out of here. I think the nurse wanted to kill him because he was being super racist to him.
But I mean, the other nurse who came in and was like, oh, I need you in this. And it's like there were no checks and balances, because like everyone saw the water running, everyone saw it at the top, but they were just like, okay, I'm gonna leave this man in this room with the water running, and I'm gonna close the door. Like, that was just unreal.
Right, which makes no sense, because the water is overflowing. The first place the water would have went out was the front door, was the door to the room. It would have been all over the hallway. But this old man is in this swing. He cannot get out. Did I feel sorry for him? No. But because they don't give us the time to feel sorry for you don't feel any emotional connection to anybody in this movie. He couldn't get out. So the water is filling up. The water, it's like 3 feet of water at this point. Like, why was it not in the hallway? Why was it not in the hallway? But I'll tell you where it was, dripping down on Jonathan's room, where he's confined to the bed with all these broken bones and limbs, just splashing on him. He tries to push the button to call the nurse. It shocks him. He can't do that. So he has a great idea to try to get out and crawl directly across from himself, but not crawl to the door. Why didn't he crawl to the door?
Sometimes people, without knowing it, want everything to be over. And he was ready for it to be over.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Because where was he going? What was the point?
Why didn't he go to the door?
No, he wanted to go in. He needed to go into the middle of the room because the movie's almost over. Now, of course, Nick and George are headed that way. Laura and Janet are going to the movies because Nick and Lori are about to go to Amsterdam. Where do they work? I know we don't care about them. I know we don't care.
Anything. They don't tell us anything.
But they got it. They are kids. They are like 20s, and they have a house, and they're going to Amsterdam.
They bought it during the 2008 recession. Let's move on. I don't even know when this movie came out.
It came out, 2009, probably. Maybe.
Boom, there it was. Maybe it's Lori's mama's daddy's house. Like, nobody fucking knows. It's just whatever. So we're over at the mall. Okay, so George, they try to get in there. And this is definitely the hospital's fault. So Jonathan's family can definitely blame this whole thing on the hospital, and the old racist man's family can blame everything that happens. Nick and George make it into the room. As soon as they open the door, they see Jonathan in the middle of the room crawling, and then the bastard just comes and just splats onto him. So if the ceiling
Mhm.
let out on top of him with the water, shouldn't his ceiling let out too? Same amount of water, same amount of pressure.
Maybe it was the tub as well. I don't.
It just that
That
was
whole
just
hospital
weird.
needs to be thrown away.
To hell. But Nick and George are leaving and they're talking, and
About
George is like,
deja vu.
yeah, you know, it's something like a deja vu. And Nick's like, what? You know, deja vu when something, and then we get a deja vu of Terry getting smushed by the bus. But in this movie, from part one,
It's an ambulance killing somebody. I'm like, the
oh,
irony in that shit.
a large vehicle smushes him. Back over at the mall, Janet and Lori are shopping, and I felt a little nostalgic. So I miss like going to the mall and spending the day there. It used to be so much fun. You would shop and you would go get something to eat. If you bought enough, you go out to the car, put the stuff in the trunk, then you go to the movies, and then you head home for the day. The mall used to be a real outing. Now, if I got to go to the mall, I'm like, I'm going to H&M, and that's it. And I run in there and I grab what I got to get, and I get the fuck out of it. I don't even hit up Annie Ann's anymore like that.
What?
It just.
You don't want no candles?
No. But now that George is dead, Nick has another premonition of explosions happening at the mall. He's like, oh Lord, I gotta go get what's their name?
Lori and Janet.
I gotta go get shit. I know, right? Lori and Janet. And then we see them buying tickets to go to see Lovelace dying. And I just was feeling so nostalgic when those tickets popped out of that machine and he gave it to them, and then they went and the guy ripped the ticket. Oh my God. Now we got to pull out. We got to always have our fucking phones on us. God forbid we got to always have a smartphone on us to do anything. I want a movie ticket. I used to keep my movie tickets in a photo album. I used to think
I still got
so
mine
cool.
Too.
I don't have them anymore, but I used to think it was so cool. So Lori goes and buys some shoes from Just Us because those were not adult shoes. Those were shoes for children. You need me to get out of your head again?
No, don't bring up back these stores. Just Us. Get out of here.
Limited to.
Now she just bought these shoes, and it's time to throw them away already because they get on the damn escalator, and her well, I'm about to say heel. Her shoelace gets caught in the escalator thing, which I know I've seen that happen to people. Didn't that happen in a scary movie we watched? I'm sure it did.
It's happened to me before, but you're able to get them out. And if anything, I'm leaving that damn shoe in the escalator. That's my other one that I'm scared of, like happening in real life. Like I really feel like, because I may just go smush you down, smush you dead.
So she starts freaking out, and she's like, and they get to the movie, and she's just like, I think I'm starting to see visions like Nick. This is not Final Destination 2, where other people see visions.
Well, you know what? I think what the problem happens is this is why she's able to start seeing him, because she slept with Nick.
She's been sleeping with Nick.
Think about it.
She's been sleeping with Nick.
But she slept with him again after he had the premonition. Girl! Remember? Because Clear, you remember, right? Okay, because Clear supposedly, so there was supposed to be an ending that test audiences hated for the first Final Destination. Clear and Alex actually hook up, and she delivers his baby in the end, and Alex dies. Test audiences said, get the out of here with that mumbo jumbo. Yes. So she slept with him, and that's why she started feeling her premonitions herself. But anyway.
Hell.
But guess what, baby? Here come death knocking shit over again. I mean, just knocking. He put the glasses. He had the sun shining on some glasses to create a fire. Like he was doing
these movies need to start being called negligence. Because in what world do y'all just say y'all have a bunch of open machinery open and be like, all right, that's break time, and nobody putting nothing away? There
was. The barrel said spontaneously combustible. What do you mean? Do you know what spontaneous means? It means I don't even have to touch it for it to blow up. What are you talking about? Get these the fuck out of here. Because construction is building 6 new theaters for the Taggart Theaters. I did see all of that there. 6 new screens for Taggart Theaters. Probably gonna have reclinable seats. But it's knocking everything over, blowing everything around. Like Death called on the powers of storm and wind and came in there and tore shit up. And now Lori, like you said, Lori is now getting the premonition, and Janet is being a turd. Janet's like, I was supposed to watch this movie. And an explosion happens and it blows up and they fucking die. And then we see George again talking about a deja vu, deja vu. And Nick's like, wait.
I hated that part. That pissed me off because I was like, well, maybe
he
George
didn't have time.
Well, maybe George, because he was really feeling this and he was acting like Shia LaBeouf in Transformers 2. Like, I was like, what? Sir, you have never had no pause like this. Come out of it. Save George's life. It's too late. George died again. I was so mad. He was the most likable character, so I thought we were gonna.
He gave you a backstory. That's all it was. He had a family. Nobody else did. Well, I mean, other people had a family, but you didn't know anything about them. He lost his family in a car accident. He's like, why couldn't it have been me? So now he has to go back to the mall to go save them. He sees Lovelace dying on a bus. He's like, okay, I really got to save them. He gets to the construction site, and construction is everything is running amok. Everything is happening, and Janet is telling Lori. Lori's telling Janet, we got to get out of here. Lori's like, Janet says, I'm going to watch this movie. But Lori does not leave. She sits there the entire time with Janet, even though she's scared. But Nick manages to pick up he gets hit with a nail gun all through his hand.
Baby, I was like, what the?
Like, they saved that from the last movie. It was filmed simultaneously.
Uh-oh.
And then he ends up getting a stick and it's on fire, and he lifts it up to the sprinklers, and the sprinklers come on, so the barrels do not spontaneously combust, even though it doesn't seem like anything would have helped them from not combusting. Anyway, he saves everybody. Woo! We did it. 2 weeks later, they're over at Death by Caffeine, which is the name of the coffee shop that they frequent.
Girl.
And then Nick starts feeling the wind beneath his wings.
The same things like that he saw at the race are happening. And he's like, wait a minute. What if we were always supposed to be right here? This is the...
They look at...
And then...
He look at her. She look at him. He look at her. She look at him.
Nobody looks out the window. Nobody looks out the window.
No, they all look out the window. They see that damn big ass semi truck coming.
And who's driving?
Them
who's driving the car? Damn it. I was trying to think of somebody iconic driving
Tony
the car.
Todd.
Caitlyn
William
Jenner.
Bloodworth.
Caitlyn.
The word iconic and Caitlyn Jenner do not belong in the same sentence.
Buckle up, buckaroos. And
it's Beverly Sutphin coming through.
And the truck just flattens them all just like a pancake. It actually kills everybody in that damn coffee shop.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
What if they... It'd be cool. Oh, I'll say this later. The Final Destination, aka Final Destination 4, aka Final Destination 3D, will get a 2 from me. No bueno. I realize I need to go over our rating system one more time, just so everybody knows. So 1, I would throw the TV media, unsubscribe, get it out of the window. 2, would fast forward to get to the end. 3, would fast forward, but also, would watch it, but scroll on my phone. 4, would watch without bathroom breaks. And 5, would watch annually. I'm going to go back with 2 on my end, because it gets a 2 for the 2 deaths that I appreciated, which were the escalator and the booty hole. And then also the credits were really, really cool. So like that's a movie where I would just skip to each of the death scenes and turn it off. This is the only movie where you don't care about anybody. Mm-hmm. Anybody. You just want to you just want to see what happens, see if they survive. It's gonna be a 2 for me. What about you?
It's gonna get a 1 from me.
So you're never watching this again?
No.
Okay.
I've watched it too many times. I
think I've seen it. I think this is like actually sitting and watching it. This is probably like 4 for me.
It just.
I saw it at the theaters, y'all. I saw it at the theaters.
It's a little jarring for me. It just be unnecessary shit. I'm like, what was the point of this news around this man's neck? So yeah, I'll give it a 1. Well, hated it. Yes, I'm so glad you said that.
Well, tell us what your favorites were. Tell us what your favorite Final Destination movie is, and if you say this, I'll be praying for you because I don't understand how it could be that. But yes, so we will see you next time when we review Final Destination 5, because we're just going to close it on out. And then after that one, we're going to go to the theaters again, and we're going to go see Final Destination Bloodline, so we can give you all 6 of the movies. And then we're probably going to have a little ranking video after we finish 6. I think it's only necessary, but I do feel that this will still be at the bottom. even the new one hasn't even come out, but this is still going to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
This just wasn't it, y'all. It wasn't it, and it ain't shit, ain't going to be shit, never was shit.
Ugh.
But I will say the next one, Part 5, one of my favorites.
I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm excited to revisit.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you then. Bye.
Where did you hide it, Dan?
Please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at booshakalakapodcast.